Hey guys. Okay, so we're gonna get this just right. Are we here? Are we all in, Deana?
We're here.
Oh, awesome. Hey. Hi guys. I am here with two of my very good friends, Deana Morgan and Brittany Frey.
Hi.
And we were sitting here having some really great God conversations, and I went, guys, stop, because this was unplanned. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. And I was like, I want to get this captured because this is talk that everyone will want to hear about. We've all birthed businesses, like, oh, I knew it. Go back to the internet here. No.
We're still here.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry.
We're back.
I was trying to mute something. So
He's trying to help.
I know, she's always doing that.
Go ahead.
The thing about it is all three of us have launched businesses out of God, like just God seeds, right? Testimonies and just desires in our hearts and follow them. But we all get so many great ideas, but like few of us really act on it. And that's something that I struggle with, having the confidence to really act on it. And I'm
she's totally inspiring me.
like, she has been sitting here just motivating me all day. I'm like, she comes in, I'm like, how did you do this? How did you do this? She's written 2 books. In 2 years. And the first one was Cover Me. And so it's like her prayers. And for her kids, and I have it on my counter in there, but oh well. Where can you get Cover Me real quick?
Cover Them is on Amazon right now. If you just search Cover Them, my name is Brittany Frey, Frey. It'll pop up. It's a cute picture. The cover has 3 kids on the cover. It's like pink and turquoise and all kinds of fun colors. But yeah, it's Cover Them.
Cover Them. And so this was birthed out of just like, she had note cards all around her house scattered, and just someone one day goes, you ought to bind that. And then that kind of started her thinking, and then she just did it. She just does it with no fear, no nothing, just does it. And I don't know how to turn that off. But I just think that's so cool. And I'm trying to get this turned around because I want to catch Deana and you on there. But and then a minute later, she goes in and I want you to tell me the story with your second book.
Okay, so long story short, I have a t-shirt company called True Think Apparel, and this time last year we were doing a photo shoot, and my great friend was taking the pictures, and I was one of the models, which I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be a model, but I had, I'm the face of the company, so I agreed to take pictures in the tank tops. So what happened was I got the pictures back. This is like a week later. And I was looking at them on my phone, and I was actually shipping sweatshirts, and I had them on my lap. And I saw the pictures, and they looked amazing, and I was super excited to see them. And then I saw the ones of me, and I didn't like them. Like, I immediately, of course, I don't know if anyone else does this, but you look at yourself, and you're immediately you're thinking, oh, I want to fix this, I don't like that, or my arm looks big here and this ain't, whatever. And so I didn't like it. So I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to put a quick filter on my picture, and then I'll post it, and then I'll be happy with the filter. It's fine. And so I did that. And so I posted it, and I'm talking maybe 15 minutes later, my photographer friend texted me, and keep in mind, I was shipping these gray sweatshirts on my lap. And she was like, hey, Britt, like, I saw the pictures, but did you put a filter on the ones that I did of you? And I'm like, of course I'm going to be honest, because I'm True Think, right? I got to be truthful. And so I was like, yes, I did. I'm so sorry. Like, I just did a quick filter. I'm so sorry. And then I didn't think anything about it. Then she texted me back, and she was like, hey, and she was very nice about it. She was like, hey, you don't need to do that. Like, please don't edit my pictures. And then I don't know what happened, but something in me, it was a trigger of some kind. I started shaking, and I started crying.
Yeah.
And so I'm reading this why am I crying again?
Because you were sick.
Because this is
very vulnerable.
Real.
Yeah, this is very much something I struggle with. So tears are falling down my face, and they are falling on this gray sweatshirt, which on gray water, it's very visible. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at the sweatshirt with drops of just water all over it, and God was just talking to me about how I still struggle with, beauty and identity, and it's something that I've pushed under the rug forever, and I've just kind of I've just kind of avoided it. But it all came to the surface, and I was just like, whoa, like I'm still struggling with this. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm almost 40 years old, and I don't believe that I'm beautiful. I don't believe I should be modeling a tank top. I don't know who I am. Like, who am I? Like, I don't know if I had a premature midlife crisis. I don't know what happened, but it really did something in me. And so I was just like, wow, that was good to recognize, because I'm all about recognizing, okay, something just happened physically. What is going on with me? Let's get to the root of that. And so it was probably that weekend. Where am I looking at the green dot? We were getting ready for church or something, and I was putting on my makeup, and my son, who was 6 years old at the time, was like, why are you wearing makeup? Like, why do you need to put on all that makeup, Mama? And I was just like, well, this is just what I do. Like, I just put on makeup. I mean, it's just what I do. I don't know. And he was just like, and he walked around me, and he looked at my face, and he was just like, but you don't need to, because you were born beautiful, right? You're born beautiful. And I said, wait, what did you just say?
That's right.
And he said, you're born beautiful. And I'm like, and I was just like, that is amazing. Like, it just hit me. And I don't know if it was, God was speaking through him to talk to his mama, because he doesn't see the wrinkles or the frizzy hair or the dark spots or the dark circles from not sleeping for years. Like, he doesn't see that. He sees my heart. And so when he said I was born beautiful, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you're so right. Like, that's truth.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow. I was like, how do I share this message? Like, because that's how God sees us, right? Like, God specifically said in Psalm 139, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you. And so it's like, why can't we believe that with all of our hearts? Like, why do we still struggle with this at age 40, age 50, age 60, age whatever age you are? It's a struggle that we all have. But it's like, why? Like, why can't we just accept the truth that God says about us? Like, why do we have to argue it or debate it or question it? And so then I started writing about God's truths and what he says about us. And it took about a year. And then Born Beautiful came out 2 weeks ago. So there you go.
That's amazing.
That is.
And where can we get that?
Yeah, where can we get that?
Sorry. That's also on Amazon. If you search Brittany Frey again or Born Beautiful, hopefully it'll pop up. It's pink and gold. So
Did you do it? Okay, so on that piece earlier, did you do a shirt to go with that?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I haven't had the chance.
I want to wear that shirt.
Yeah,
I know, Born Beautiful.
Not only do I want the book, but
139.
I want to wear that shirt.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. I'm actually,
because I'm going to think about your son every time. And really, there's this moment when she's telling that story that she gave a little bit more depth about that. But there's this moment when your son did that. I felt like he came and he looked at you like this. They came and got in front of you.
He did.
And he grabbed your face, and like the Lord was holding your face.
Yeah.
And he was taking all the comparison and all the mirrors and all the traffic of everyone else around us and what they say and all of that.
Yeah.
I felt like that connection where the Holy Spirit was just going, oh my gosh, I see
Just a
you, and I
reminder.
want you to see how I see you.
It's like, what's it going to take for
In a
you to
sense.
believe with all of your heart how I see you?
you.
I mean, just like, what is it? 1 Samuel 16:7.
Yes.
The man looks at the outward appearance, but the
God
Lord looks at the heart.
Totally.
And so that's all that should matter. Like, we shouldn't be stressing out about, I know I get it. It's just part of life, and it's fine to look nice. And then there's nothing wrong with fake lashes. I love fake lashes, but it's
Got them
like,
on.
but getting to the heart of it, it's just like from your day to day, like to walk in the confidence and the Godfidence who God made you, and to just find, the truth in that, and to stand firm on that. Then you can go to, Market Street in your pajamas, and it's okay if someone sees you and you look like a hot mess on a stick. Like, it's okay, because you know who you are in Christ.
Yeah.
And that's how you should be every day, and just believe that you're born beautiful, and that's how it should be, right?
It really should.
Is it that simple though?
It is that, it sounds really simple, but I think that so many people, identity is, I think, what we are really hitting on is identity.
It is.
Because you got it. Like, God used that moment in your life to supernaturally come in and maybe root out some of the lies that you believed.
Yeah.
And we have to let go and give up some of the lies and the tags. and come to a place where what he thinks about me and who he says that I am is so much more important than what I see in the mirror, than my reflection. I say that I am so much more than my reflection in the mirror all the time. I have to look at it even, and I can say my mirror lies.
Oh,
my mirror lies, because sometimes what I see when I have my filters, I used to see huge, just like body dysmorphia, when you just don't even see the truth, because I had scales and I had lies that I had believed. But as God over the years has uncovered that and said who you are, what I've created you for. And I don't know if you've read it. You hit on Psalms 139.
She did. She went.
And I love that, but I was going to read it in the Message, because I think it's so powerful, because he says there's no such thing as darkness in you. And I love that. And he says the night to you is bright as day. There's no difference between the two. You form my innermost being, shaping my delicate inside and my intricate outside. You wove them all together. I thank you for making me mysteriously complex. Everything that you do is marvelously breathtaking. It simply amazes me to think about it. How thoroughly, here it is, you know me, Lord. How thoroughly he knows us. And the thing about it that I see, we are known by him as we know him. We are fully known by him. He created us. And the secret is intimacy. Intimacy, identity comes out of intimacy with the Father. And the more that you dive in, and one thing I admire about you, Britt gets up, can I say this?
Everyone knows. I'm the first to post in the world.
Yes. She's up at 3:00 every morning.
I don't advise that, but I get a lot of stuff done.
And I'm like, how did you do that? How do you get all these things done? Yeah, she does. I think that's prophetic. I told her that's kind of a prophetic thing about her life.
Didn't know that.
We were joking about that a while ago.
That's powerful.
That's powerful.
Okay, hold your arm up. How many people have 2 watches on? How many people have 1?
Oh, I'm weird.
Oh, you got a bracelet and a watch.
Yeah, bracelet
That's
and
huge.
It is huge. Tell us some of the things that God has shown you over the past couple of years about managing your time, like even prophetically speaking to you, because we were talking about identity and intimacy. And I think with intimacy, I always say intimacy does not happen by accident. It's not an accident. It doesn't just happen. I get to, you say yada, face to face, and then
to know and be known.
To know and to be known, and that's our greatest longing: is to love, to be seen, to be known. 3 things. Human. That's how God created us. And I think, we're on Everyday Prophetic right now, but I think everything that we have launched and birthed, and I know that the things that you've done comes out of even that little boy, your son. Speaking that, just it's common sense to him, but it's revelation to you. Well,
even in the common sense, the one thing that stood out to me when she said that, besides the fact that he's totally speaking the Lord's heart over her, is when Jesus was holding the children, the little children, and he says, unless you're converted like a child, you won't inherit the kingdom of God. So to see everything through a childlike faith, through a child's eyes, means we have to take off these places in our mind that think we know,
or we've been told,
or what we've been told. And it's constantly taking off a religious mindset, taking off a Western mindset, taking off a Hollywood mindset, taking off a magazine mindset, taking off a political mindset, everything, just having to shift all of it. And the word converted means completely setting that aside and converting into a childlike faith, which says, I'm going to enter in through those eyes. And Jesus was being very profound. So when her son is saying that to her, immediately I feel like she is putting everything off and converted through a child's eyes to see his heart. And she inherited the kingdom in that moment. And as a result, we're inheriting the kingdom
so good
through him to her in this book that's coming out. So for me, it's a really profound moment, and not one to be missed, because through a child, God is speaking.
That is so good. That is so good. But in that, so going back to identity, doesn't happen by accident. It's intentional. And Britt, you're very intentional about everything you do. Everything you do. You do it on purpose. And I think intimacy is intentional. And you have found that and captivated that. And that's one of the things I so admire about you, because I'm still working on my time and my, managing my time and my schedule, because I want God to steward. I want to be a good steward of everything that God puts in my hand. That's probably a better word, stewarding.
You're
I
a
like that
good
word. I
steward.
like that word.
You are a good steward, and you are too. And I say I'm a good steward by faith.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some days it's like by faith, help me, Jesus. But I get up and I say, God, what is your agenda today? What do you want? I would say that in prophetic class. I'm like, God, make your agenda my agenda. What's on tap for today? What do you want to do? Who are we going to talk to? Because I love doing prophetic in the marketplace or whatever, wherever I'm at. See what kind of God encounters we're going to have.
Yes.
But you're running 2 businesses. I mean, you're running Truth Inc. You're managing your books. You're an author, writer. You have 3 little children. You are a wife and a friend and a speaker and you do all kinds of things. So tell me about like how did God help some of us that are trying to grow in this area? Like, what are some tips that you have on tap?
Thank you for being vulnerable, by the way.
Yes.
And being on the spot.
Yes.
This was not planned. Not planned at all.
No.
Well, first of all, I do not fully have it together, just so you know. Like, it
Thank
might
you.
appear, but I don't. I am honestly and completely, truthfully, I'm a sloppy, messy, hot mess on a stick, like I said earlier. I'm a very creative person, so I have all these ideas, and I just kind of throw them out there and hope that they stick. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But I'm messy.
We all
So,
are, man.
I do things very fast. And I'm a mover, I'm a doer. Like, I'm a doer. Like, I've
You
worked.
are 2 books in 2 years.
That's incredible.
I've worked since I was the age of